I'm Richard Taylor, and I'm here in Huntingdon this morning for an interview after I volunteered to become one of the members of the public on Cambridgeshire's Police and Crime Panel. I've asked my application to be considered on merit, on the basis of the contributions that I've made to the work of the panel through the public participation slot in their meetings, and by reporting on what they're doing and commenting on what they're doing via my website and on Twitter. I think the panel hasn't been as effective as it could have been in its first couple of years of operation. One of the major things I think they've got wrong is they've been allowing the Commissioner to decide which decisions they scrutinise. They've been allowing him to decide what is of public interest and what is of importance, and I think they should have been taking that decision. I think I've had a few successes lobbying as a member of the public. I've been asking for some time, for example, for the call answering performance on 101 to be looked at. That's now on the agenda for the panel, but it should have been on the agenda for the panel a very long time ago, because it was one of the first decisions which the Commissioner reported to the public and the press that he had made when he said he'd solved all the problems with that non-emergency call answering process. I just spent about 40 minutes being interviewed by Councillor Maguire, the chair of Cambridgeshire's Police and Crime Panel, Councillor Shellens and Councillor Ablewhite. One of the things that they asked me is how would I contribute to the Police and Crime Panel's functioning? How would I assist other members in their roles? And one of the things that I said I would do is when members make suggestions or come up with ideas, actually try and push them to the next stage. Suggest they put a motion to the panel, or suggest that the panel as a whole actually makes a recommendation to the Police and Crime Commissioner. Because at the moment what I've seen in the panel's operations is a lot of discussing things, a lot of suggestions of good ideas, but they're not actually taking that next step. They're not actually making a recommendation. They're not actually using their powers that they do have. As I said I would do, I asked the panel to consider my application on merit, on the basis of the contributions that I've made through the public participation slot and by commenting and reporting on what the panel has been doing. I hope one thing that I was able to do was essentially be able to lobby a couple of panel members in advance of their discussion on Wednesday of the really important issue of the police answering their phones. I was asked what problems face policing, and I gave one example locally here in Cambridgeshire of the 101 call answering performance, and explained why I think that's so important, that confidence in the police is hard won and easily lost, and if people have one poor experience, that both means that they lose confidence in the police themselves. If you can't get in touch with the police on a non-emergency matter, you lose confidence that they will actually be there for you if you need them in an emergency, and one person has a bad experience, they then share that with others. So it's really important that the police do get the basics right and answer their phones. Another example I gave of sort of the challenges facing policing is of course funding, and I said that I think our Police and Crime Commission has actually done quite a good job here in Cambridgeshire. He's kept up frontline police numbers. I think he could do more to explain to the public what he's been doing in that and why he's prioritising police constables, fully empowered police constables, over PCSOs. So I was told that the panel will be making its decision later today, and that its decision will either be to appoint one of the two candidates or not to appoint anybody, presumably to reopen the application process.